I love Robin.
Alright folks, we have a superhero here today that we're going to introduce. We're just trying to find out who he is and what his name is.
Robin.
Your name's Robin?
Yeah.
Who do you work with?
Batman.
I love Robin. Ever since I was a kid, Robin has probably been my favorite hero. It's because I looked up to him. I mean, he was just a normal kid who was dealt a bad hand in life, but was able to push through, was able to become something more than what he could have become. By triumphing through this pain, he was able to not just work with possibly one of the greatest superheroes of all time. He was able to give him a heart. Robin was the heart of Batman. He's somebody he could depend on. He's somebody that gave him hope. That's why I love him. Even though he was dealt such a bad hand in life, he never let that stop him from wanting to help others. Never stopped him from wanting to be better and do better. And as a kid, that gave me hope. It made me want to push through any obstacles I have and be better and do better. It made me want to be a better person. That's right, I'm mad. We haven't seen a live action Robin in 25 years. You don't count.
You should use your full name. I like that name. Robin.
Oh my god, bro. I mean, DC, you have this incredibly complex character that could take up their own story or be used to influence a Batman story, but you refuse to use him. And I mean, you got options. There are 5 of these motherfuckers, and they're all dope in their own way. Now, I don't want to talk about each and... You know what? Fuck it.
I recognize your fragrance. Hold up, you ain't never gotta say shit. And I know you taste this a little bit. High maintenance.
Dick Grayson is peak Robin. Whether it's Batman the Animated Series, Titans, Young Justice, the DCAU, the Batman Show, and many others, Dick Grayson has made an appearance as Robin. I mean, ain't nobody doing it like him. He's him. Now, there are a lot of reasons to love Dick. Pause. Now, there are a lot of reasons to love Dick. His personality, his skill set, his detective ability, his gymnastics. But I mean, come on. His bitches?
Better bitches, better bitches, better bitches, better bitches, better bitches.
But the reason I think Dick Grayson is better than any other Robin is his growth from Robin to Nightwing. Now, this change has been shown in a lot of different ways, but I think the best representation of this is in the Batman the Animated Series episode, Old Wounds.
And I said, fuck it. Guess all that shit we been through, it just don't add up to nothing. Remember, times I brought that back out just so I could get you something.
The episode starts out with Dick Grayson finally graduating, and everyone's there. Alfred, Barbara, but somebody's missing. Probably one of the most important people in his life, Bruce. So after graduation, Barbara and Dick go out to eat, and while they're talking,
I'm over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now. I'm just stroking my shit.
Batman calls Dick on his... fuck is that? After getting this message, Dick then leaves because he understands that he's the only person Bruce can rely on. Once Dick arrives, we're introduced to a guy who's literally just in his bag. And this is before Feet Finder, so he had to do what he had to do. After being told that doing this job is going to give him the easiest money of his life,
it's the easiest 100 you'll ever make.
We find out that he is working for none other than the Joker. Then Batman does as Batman does. He intervenes trying to stop the Joker.
Nice entrance. Either you've never heard of a door, or you just like pulling glass out of your shorts.
During this battle, he gets trapped, and instead of asking for help from Robin, he yells at him to go chase down the goons.
Never mind. Get him.
As Robin follows one of the goons, he sees him enter an apartment building, and as he follows him in and breaks into the apartment, he freezes, seeing the man's wife and kids standing in front of him. And he just stands there for a second thinking, does he really want to scar this man's whole family because he was trying to make a bag? But before he can make any decision, Batman comes crashing through the window and brutally kills him. Okay, that was a joke. He didn't beat the man to death, but he did rock his shit through the window. Dick tries to get Bruce to stop what he's doing, but Bruce just doesn't listen.
Batman. Not like this. Not in front of his family.
The sooner he talks, the sooner we leave.
And since Dick sees himself in this boy... Pause. Oh my god. And since Dick sees himself in this boy and sees the trauma that his father figure is causing him, he leaves in disgust at what Bruce is doing.
I'm out of here now.
And in Dick leaving, Bruce finally realizes that what he's doing is wrong, thus Dick acting as his conscience. After Dick seeing what Bruce did, he goes to the only other person he can trust and talk to, Barbara. But since she doesn't really know who he truly is, he can't really explain how he feels to her, so he leaves her too.
Oh, forget it. I shouldn't have come here. I'm sorry. Gotta work this out on my own. I'll call you later.
Then Barbara, rightfully being confused, goes to Wayne Manor to speak to Bruce about the whole situation and find out what's going on with Dick. And that's where the secret comes out. Bruce leads her down to the Batcave and reveals that he is Batman and Dick is Nightwing.
Yes, I admit it. I am Batman.
Shut your stupid. And to be honest, Bruce doesn't really mind telling her because he's a knower, you know, he knows that Barbara is Batgirl.
Why would you trust me with this?
For Dick's sake. Besides, I'm not the only one with the secret, am I? Batgirl.
The bad signal then goes off and Joker's back doing his little devious fucking activities.
Let me get this straight. You were racist, you were so political, you were homophobic, and you're on this?
Yes.
Just to tell everyone about it?
Yes.
Do you know how much people commit suicide because of you?
Good.
And since Dick isn't there, Bruce has nobody there to help him. But guess who decides to boss the fuck up?
The Joker will have his goons well placed. I'm gonna need backup.
You've already got it.
Then we cut to Dick sulking and being a little sad depressed boy listening to his emo I Miss Myself playlists. And as he's riding through the streets of Gotham, he comes across the building that Batman and the Joker are fighting on, and he sees Barbara fighting two of the Joker's goons.
My, she's a feisty little minx. And quite a looker, too.
What did he say?
And halfway through the fight, Joker just straight up RKOs her off the roof. And Dick, being the fucking goat he is, saves her. Then blah, blah, blah. Batman has to save her from death again. Now it's time for the big reveal, when Dick finally learns that Barbara is Batgirl.
Batgirl? I still can't believe it. How could you keep something like this from me?
Are you serious right now? Bro's acting like he wasn't lying to her the whole time about a secret identity, bruh. And obviously, as any man would, seeing their girlfriend put in 2 life or death scenarios, Dick is pretty pissed. And this is when Dick finally stops putting up with Bruce's shit, and Deadass just quits being Robin.
I thought we had the same goals.
Things change. I changed. The game's over, Batman. I quit.
It isn't until years later when Dick Grayson is talking to the new Robin, Tim Drake, that he learns that Bruce has changed and has become a better person after what happened between him and Dick. And Dick's obviously a little skeptical.
I never put on that costume again.
And you still haven't forgiven him?
Why should I? He'll never change.
That's until he sees a wallet on the ground that belongs to somebody Dick knows far too well.
I don't believe it.
Their search for the wallet's owner brings them to Wayne Enterprise, where they meet a security guard who turns out to be the father from all of those years ago.
I thought you were the Batman.
No.
I ran up against him once. It was a real eye-opener. Forced me to get my life together. Now I've got this great job. Even Mr. Wayne knows me. Terrific guy. Never too busy to stop and ask how my boy's doing.
Mr. Wayne is a good man.
This is when Dick finally sees the changes Bruce has made to become a better person and to atone for his past actions. And none of this would have happened if not for Dick acting as a conscience for Bruce. And that's where the episode ends, with Dick and Tim flying towards the bat signal, with Dick finally forgiving Bruce for what he did. Until he fucks his girlfriend. Dude, I just got so off topic. Dick Grayson's the best Robin. Jason Todd has to have one of the dopest character introductions. Bro is quite literally stealing the wheels off of the Batmobile. I mean, who else can do that? Which is why it sucks that Jason is just such a bozo that the comic book fans, nerds of all nerds, these motherfuckers are worse than Magic the Gathering players, bro. These dudes came together and voted to kill you off. Personally, if that was me, I wouldn't. Give me a second, bro. Yo, what's up?
Were you talking about Jason Todd?
I mean, yeah.
Well, if that's the case, hey, I'm Horns, aka the best special guest in YouTube history, and I'm gonna tell you why Jason Todd is the best Robin. Better than Dick, Tim, and whoever this child is. Jason is goated in quite literally every single piece of media he's in. Except for Titans, because I haven't seen that show, and I don't get why Red Hood has to do anything with Teen Titans. That doesn't matter. Jason is just built different. As a kid, when he was just Robin, he was always violent and kind of a troublemaker, which made him and Batman's relationship and dynamic good, since Batman was always there to pick Jason back up if he needed help. But all of that changed when Batman failed to do one thing: save his son. And that is when Jason truly acquired GOAT status. You know those Mafia City mobile ads about the level 1 crook that grows to be level 100 mob boss? That is the definition of Jason Todd's Red Hood. Jason's death devastates Batman, but to make it worse for him, Ra's al Ghul puts his corpse in the Lazarus pit to bring him back to life. But it changed him. Without someone like Batman to back him up, he became even more violent, menacing, and a good example of how Batman would have turned out if he let loose and let revenge take over. He also uses guns, and like literally every character that uses guns and knives and all that is automatically cool in any form of media. Walter White from Breaking Bad, Kiritsugu from Fate, you get my point. All of that, plus the martial arts and fighting techniques he's learned from Batman himself. Jason was able to take control of the entire mob all around Gotham City, while also making villains like the Black Skull scared of him. All while trying to achieve one goal: taking revenge on the Joker. What I find interesting about Jason as well is that even though the Lazarus Pit changed him, he was still able to be smart and careful when doing these actions. He always had a reason for killing somebody. He was cool and calculated. And he ends up doing some of the craziest things just to mess with Batman so he could figure out who this Red Hood guy is. Jason as Robin had a good dynamic with Batman, but as Red Hood, he takes it multiple steps beyond. Since Jason Todd is Batman's biggest failure and a good example of what happens when Batman doesn't kill a villain, the dynamic between Red Hood and Batman just becomes too fantastic. And I think the "life isn't a game and death is not a choice" quote from Batman in the Under the Red Hood movie is a great example of their dynamic and clashing ideals. But all of this just to say that Jason Todd was, is, and forever will be the best Robin and supporting character Batman will ever get. That's it from me though, back to Bentley.
Who are you? When you hear the name Tim Drake, you probably think of the emo Robin from Teen Titans Go, or you probably think of the Robin with the only good haircut in Batman Ninja. The fuck? But you'd be surprised at how much he's actually in. So when doing my research for this video, I found out some pretty cool things. Besides being in Young Justice, Teen Titans Go, and Batman Ninja, he's also appeared as the second Robin in Batman the Animated Series. And y'all are gonna be surprised by this one. For those of you who have ever played the Arkham games, you know, they're pretty popular. Tim Drake is the Robin in those games. I know. I had to Google check that shit myself too. I was surprised. But the more I learned about Tim Drake, the more I realized that he's the best Robin. He figured out that Dick Grayson was Robin because he saw him do a backflip. Like, dog, what other Robin could do that shit? I mean, even the other Robins agree that he is the best Robin. And I mean, come on. He becomes Red Robin, and have you seen that fucking suit? I'm sorry, but that has to be the hardest Robin suit ever, bro. Stephanie Brown. I don't even know who the fuck. Hold up. Stephanie Brown. Oh my god. Anyway, so as I was saying, okay. So to do this fucking bit, I had to look up. I had to look up Stephanie Brown thick, and I just want to say, wow, just wow. Alright, now onto the king of all Robins, Damian M.F. Wayne, the fucking GOAT. Damian has quite possibly the best personality, skill set. I mean, he has got to be the friendliest Robin. His relationship with the other Robins is something of beauty. Shut up! So, you got 5 good Robins. Okay, 4. Okay, you have 3 good Robins. So what's stopping you from using Batman's greatest sidekick in a movie? And I know you've had some flops. okay? I know some movies have been bad, some actors have been bad, but my idea, now hear me out. I'm not a movie maker or nothing, but who better than a film student with a .0003 GPA to tell your billion-dollar company how to make a movie? So here's what I'm thinking. Realistically, there's only one good Batman story going on right now, and that is the Matt Reeves The Batman series with Robert Pattinson.
The hell are you supposed to be?
I'm vengeance.
Now, most people are thinking that the mayor's son is going to become Robin because they kind of did set up that they have some like mutual connection with them both becoming orphans at such a young age. And, you know, Robert Pattinson's really feeling for my boy. And let's be honest, that's probably going to be the way they go in the movies. But I think that the Robert Pattinson universe is the perfect universe for a Jason Todd story. I mean, the city is dirty and full of criminals, young and old. And I think this is a universe where a young misguided kid would try to steal the wheels off of a Batmobile. This is the first movie was about Batman evolving from being pure rage and vengeance to the hero that the city needs. It would make sense to push his boundaries, seeing how much he could take before he would give in, before he would kill the Joker. We've never seen a live-action Batman struggle with something that severe, that life-changing. It would be good to see him struggle with that, struggle with wanting to kill the Joker, but also not wanting to give in, not wanting to be pushed down to the same level as the Joker, as the people he fights every day, as the crime he puts away. And Matt Reeves already set up an amazing Joker for this story. I mean, this Joker is fucking insane. This is a Joker that I would see killing Jason Todd. And that's why it's perfect. We get to see Batman struggle with something that no Batman has had to struggle with before. We get an amazing Robin story. We get to see this Joker fuck with Batman, push him to the edge, see if he would break his one rule not to kill. And I think that is an amazing route that Matt Reeves could take this Batman. But hey, even if you don't like the idea, at least we have the Gotham Knights show coming, right? Yikes.